Well, joining me on set now is Julien Pereira, a 26-year-old French citizen who had more than his own run-in with ICE. Julien was detained for a month. Hello to you, Julien. Thank you for coming in. This happened back in 2025. Before we get into your experience, tell us about why you're speaking up about it now.
So honestly, I tried to speak about it like around July or June. I don't think it was such a big topic here in France. It was already quite a topic in the US. But seeing what's happening right now in Minneapolis, I thought it would be good to see, we see what's happening outside. We can see that on Twitter, everything, but I'd rather speak about what's happening inside too.
Yeah, and share your story. This happened in, was it May of 2025?
March. It started in March.
So tell us a bit about what happened, first of all.
So yeah, I was offered a job. I did all my bachelor, my MBA a few years before.
You were living in the U.S. for 8 years.
Yeah, in total 8 years. Yeah. So I got offered a job switching from a student visa to a work visa.
Yeah.
We did everything correctly, as I thought. And one day my employer called me and he's like, hey, we had some issue with your visa. You need to leave today. The day, if you stay until
you need to leave the country today.
Right, yeah, today. And so I call him. I'm like, hey, it's a little bit complicated to leave the country. I have all my life here. I don't mind leaving, but when do I come back? And he's like, oh, we don't really know.
Yeah.
So he tells me France is not possible because the timing is too tight. So we decided.
Because your lawyer also said,
yeah,
get out of the country.
Exactly. My lawyer, my employer. So I'm like, okay, I'm trying to take a flight to Montreal.
Yeah.
Which is not possible on the same day. We need to have like a special visa.
Okay.
You have to do it one day before. So my last option was to drive to Montreal, and that's where it all started.
That's where it all started. And so what happened next?
So I tried to drive to Canada, drive all the way to the border in Champlain, New York. And for some reason, I don't really know why, Canada denies me. Because they're like, yeah, we don't have proof that you can actually leave the country after. So I tried to...
So you can't stay in the country, but they're not going to let you leave the country.
Exactly, yeah. So they put me back on the border of the U.S., and that's where I started to talk to CBP, the Custom Border Patrol.
Right.
And that's where they detained me.
And how did they handle that incident? Were they calm? Was it polite?
It was very, very cold. You know, they're just doing their job, I guess. Right. You know, but they didn't let me talk to my lawyer, to the consulate, to anyone. So I tried to explain my situation. I'm like, guys, like I'm just trying to leave the country. I'm not trying to come back. I want to stay legal in the country. I don't want to do anything wrong. And they didn't really honestly care about it.
Did they tell you what was going to happen next?
Yeah, so they put me in a cell for like 3 days.
They handcuff you before then?
No, so 3 days, no phone, nothing, no contact. And
not even with your family?
Very little, just to tell them, hey, I'm detained, and if you can please call the consulate for me.
Right.
Okay, so yeah, they detained me for 3 days, and they're like, okay, we're gonna have to wait for the judge to tell you it's either you're gonna fly home or we're gonna detain you to ICE.
And what were the conditions like?
In the cell for 3 days with the CBP, pretty rough. No bed, light was going on, no windows, just you're lost pretty much. Pretty much no food, no shower.
And until this point, you had never broken a law. You had
no criminal case. I always pay my taxes. I always renew my visa on time. My work permissions. I always made sure to,
And did anyone there seem sympathetic with your case?
Yes, some officer, but
they just said this is procedure.
This is procedure. I guess they're all doing the job. They're following the guides, but.
And you lived in the country 8 years. You love America.
I love America. Yeah, I love.
Did you ever think you would see something like this happen?
That's what I was trying to explain to the officers. I'm like, guys, like I love this country. I'm trying to do everything correctly. All my best friends are living here. Like I have my job. I pay my taxes. I have an apartment. I want to live here.
How did it make you feel? The fact that they
like an animal, pretty much,
Right,
but they're following the guides,
You're a Frenchman. France has its own strong history of massive, well-organized protests. Yeah. When you see the protests that are happening in Minneapolis, but also in New York and Los Angeles and Chicago, other places, do you think they match the ampler, the gravity of the situation, or should there be more protests?
Honestly, I think what they're doing right now it's a good thing, because when you see what's going on with the killings, with arresting everybody, it's just a matter of quotas, I guess, and I think they need to do something about it.
And what's your case now? Can you go back to America?
No, so I have an entry ban for, we don't know if it's 3 years or 5 years, but right now I cannot come back. Yeah,
You're banned.
I'm banned. Yeah,
And so your life there, the friends you had, your employer, that chapter is closed in your life.
It's gone, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Maybe one day I can come back, but.
And when you had your lawyer there, did he say your case, what you were experiencing, other people were going through the same thing, or were you sort of like falling through the cracks?
I was, kind of falling through the cracks, but the problem was, honestly, no one knew any procedures because the laws were changing at the time.
Right.
So my lawyer was telling me, it's just going to be a matter of 2 or 3 days, you'll be out very quickly. But yeah, I guess my lawyer didn't have a clue either. So.
And I'm wondering, you had this experience, you were detained for a month, you were cut off from your friends and family. In some ways, do you think that maybe you might have been lucky when we hear some of the other accounts that people are sharing about what they went through?
I've said it before, definitely lucky. Just being French helps already. Mm-hmm. Some guys some detainees have been there for like a year, 2 years. One of them was there for 5 years.
Could you speak to the other detainees?
Yeah, we could speak. Yeah, we were in a big unit, so like 80, 120 of us. So we could speak.
And how did the agents treat the other detainees?
They didn't care about us, honestly. It was 1 or 2 agents in the unit for like 100, 120 detainees, so they didn't care. They were just doing their rounds. That's all. They didn't care.
I'm American. I know a lot of Americans have said similar things, that they didn't think they would see images like this ever happen in their country. You're European. Later this week, the Winter Olympics are beginning.
Yeah.
ICE agents are being deployed to help protect Americans. How does that make you feel that ICE will actually be coming to European soil?
Honestly, what does an immigration, agency has to do like in Italy over there? It looks like a political militia, honestly.
Do you think these sort of tactics might end up being employed by other, perhaps Western democracies where we didn't think we'd see them ever before?
What I'm afraid of is that some other countries, maybe this one, France too, become so polarized politically that we get to a point one day where we're going to have to use those agencies. But honestly, I hope not.
What have you heard from your American friends? Have you kept in touch with them? Have any of them sent you messages of support?
I talk to them every day. Yeah, it's a crazy story. Some of them are super scared because they're in the process of changing their visas too or renewing them, or some of them in a green card process. But yeah, no, they're freaking out. They're freaking out.
So as of now, you're banned. We don't know if it's 3 years. We don't know if it's 5 years.
Yeah.
But in theory, it's not a permanent ban.
It is not. Yeah.
You think you'll be returning to America one day?
I hope I'll be able to come back one day, yeah, but I don't know how easy it's going to be for me. I'm going to have to explain myself, I guess, at the embassy, but I hope one day I'll be back for sure, yeah.